Hello and welcome to day 38 of MP Strong 365. I find myself in a chair yet again, but I'm going to use this chair. You should probably use a weight bench at the gym if you're going to do, or a regular step of some kind, if you're going to do one of the exercises that we're going to do. But I'm going to weave in just a couple of upper body activities and a couple of lower body activities and call ourselves a day. So we will start with just straight up squat stand-ups, and we'll do it with both arms first, and then we'll move to single arm. I should probably move back a little bit or sit sideways, but so you see what happens when I get on up. It's Saturday. It's like moods or day of the week. It's like tone of voice change. It's like Tuesday, I'm like, what's up? And Saturday, I'm like, hello, how's it going? So we're just gonna stand up, starting with your feet as firmly planted as four corners of this chair, and we will go ahead and get started. So all you wanna do here is work on not wobbling your knees and decelerating on the way down. I'm noticing that my knees want to go in about 1 inch towards the top. My pants are these goofy hippie pants, so you can't really see, but I will know the difference. So I'm going to try to track that straight line up and down, so making the squat more arduous by controlling the speed on the way down. And we'll start to inhale and exhale. Not that you weren't already, but just paying attention to it. I'm going to take that all the way through, up and through. Two more times. This is just to get us started, so it's not the whole shebango. All right, so I'm going to turn to face sideways, and I'm going to move my chair back even more so it's in frame, because I kind of use this as a mirror as well. So now I'm going to stand up with two legs and use this weight in one arm to do an overhead press. This weight can be any weight. I have a 15, and I'm going to stretch this weight overhead. You'll have to take my word for it if it goes out of frame. So I'm just going to stand up and stretch the weight overhead as I come to standing. Stamp your feet down on the floor a few times. Get onto the edge of your chair. This chair has a 90-degree bend in the knees, and so when I come up to standing, I'm going to try to equally distribute all weights in all parts of my body, and then I'll come to stand and overhead press and have a seat. Well, that was a little bit of a plop factor. So you want to reduce the plop factor by squeezing up on your behind. I just added an overhead press because apparently I'm digging the overhead press today. We don't often lift things overhead, so it's not beyond the realm of imagination that I would crave to raise this weight overhead. And especially as you're standing up, you're using the dig from the legs to get that weight overhead. We did a hoist yesterday, right? So maybe I'm still just feeling that jam. And I'm on the edge of my seat, so it's a roll back onto a squat. Have a seat, stand up, overhead. 3 more times. The other arm out and still just gives it something to do. That's overly simplistic, but we'll go with it. And go and have a seat, and we'll take that weight, and you're just gonna hang over your stomach. Now, you're not gonna let your stomach hang over. You are hanging over, with your stomach close to your thighs. Pull the stomach in, flatten out the spine, keep the weight in your hand, and we'll bring it up with both arms. This is a great one to follow up, like if you were doing a chest press on a bench and you come up from that chest press, you can like wide straddle the bench and do narrow rows as well. I'm gonna do a narrow stance and just do a regular row, literally bent over row. I'm gonna work both arms into it, even though the weight's only in the one. Try to peel the center back muscles into the equation by creating a tiny little arch in your lower back. gonna do 20. If you had more weight, you do fewer reps. Peeling that lower back a little bit to an arch just to get the middle back to work during this. And one more time. Groovy, and we'll take a little bit of a hiatus from the sitting position, right? Because, you know, you don't want to be on your bum for too long. I was already on my bum for a long time. This is called paperwork day. So it's like, it's fine. The acceptance of the fact that I'm just going to stick in it and just do the paperwork, whatever your paperwork is. So in a push-up position, I'm going to slide my chair a little bit forward. This is a heavy chair. Like, this is like a trustworthy chair. I had issues with furniture that was untrustworthy that caused unfortunate problems in the past. So this is a good chair. And I'm on my chair and I'm lengthening out my spine. I'm drawing the butt of my palms into the chair and keeping my 10 toes starting with them against the floor. And then I will just slide my right foot out and then my left foot out, bringing it back to center line every time I go. So we'll just slide the right foot out and slide the left foot out. There's always stuff in my way, no matter like what I do. All right, so you know when you like commit to not doing anything and then you're like, I should probably do something. And then you like go to do it and it just like irritates you and you're like, I was better off just sticking to doing nothing because all of these somethings are irritating me. I was perfectly peaceful doing the paperwork. It wasn't all like, you know, boring. And I'm still sliding. The dog made a friend. I have a convert. You know when you have that one friend where you're like telling the other friend, like, just get to know him. Like, he's really nice once you get to know him. And they're like, uh-huh. Like, that's my dog. Like, I'm like, I swear, she's really great off leash. Like, just give her a chance, please. And finally, we had a successful, spontaneous doggy date. Super excited, so we're not like as ostracized as humans and canines. So very excited for that. 3 more times. Last time. All right, cool. Come out of your push-up position. And we're going to take that right leg into a step up right from here. So I'm going to step up onto the bench. We'll get back to the other thing later. So I'm going to step up onto the bench and just let my arms flail about and let the first one suck, because the subsequent ones I'll get cued into doing that step up and trying to pressurize through the glute that's on the step. Whatever your step be, whether it be a sidewalk or a small step or a big old fat box, whatever your step is today, I'm going to try to, well, obviously my ceiling precludes me from raising my arms up overhead, but maybe even putting your hands on top of your head. I think they have the people do this in cotillion school, where you like put a book on your head. And this is the like, you know, better than nothing. Like maybe my knees coming over my toes. Maybe I don't want to do that as much, but every rep I get an opportunity to enhance. Just stepping up using the left leg as little as possible. Drive weight into the right leg. See, I had that little pause at the bottom, trying to keep it honest and decelerate on the way down. Gravity will get you there. So you try to slide it down. Good. On other days, easy to take this into a plyometric, so a step up with a jump through. Right, so I just step up and go a little bit like airborne. I just did a fake one where I'm kind of marching my arms up. And marching with the arms is great too. It makes it more like running functional. I just had my hands on my head because I wanted to use as little momentum as possible. So 2 more times. 1 set wonder here. Good. And we'll come back onto our chair. And it's like a dirty word, chair. Almost like, ew, chair. It's where all the sedentary, you know, thoughts are conjured. So we're gonna go into the other side, squat stand with an overhead press. People are like, what are you talking about? Chair is a dirty word. But it is in the exercise world. Get out of the chair, right? It's like that's what everybody says, like chair bound. And, inner thighs are like always kind of wobbly. So I'm going to squeeze the knees a little bit. I don't really work that hard. I could work a lot harder on focused leg strength. And and I'm not even doing my overheads. It takes a lot to love cardio, to love swimming and running, and then make time for that boring stuff. Getting away with doing like 15, 20 minutes of the stuff like this. Like if you read these videos and you're like, oh, 20 minutes is such a long time. Like, come on. Like seriously? Like if you had a little robot following you around and showed you what you do with each 20-minute increment in a day, it might like right size the like value that you place on time blocks. I'm gonna suck my bottom of my tummy in as I come into a sit. These are things that I tell myself because there's every single voice inside going to talk yourself out of it. Like, yeah, I'll just do it tomorrow, or I should do this little cardio thing instead. Mind you, I did. I just did my little elliptical and watched my show, and just to get the blood pumping. But weekend warrior stuff, that's tomorrow. Oh. 20 minutes. I'm noticing my right arm is moving as well. So 20 minutes, no bigs. It's more time I spend talking myself out of it than I could have just done it already. Easy for me to say because I know what to do, but this is the doing. Just literally sit in a chair and stand out of it. We do it all the time, right? First thing in the morning for us ladies and gentlemen at some point, depending on, your business rhythm. 2 more times. All right. Groovy. So, oh my gosh, forgot the best part. And again, I like the straddle double row after a chest press. Feels really good. So I'm gonna just keep it standard for today. Peeling that little arch into your lower back. Focusing on the middle of your back is lifting these weights up. A row recruits a lot of different muscles, so I want to call my attention to the middle of my spine, the middle of my back. It's lower than you think. Pull your hip flexors actively into your stomach. Hip flexors are basically like you were going to drive your knees up towards your nose. That's how you get to them in this position. 2 more times. And we're good on that. I'm going to set my weight off to the side. Do my step-ups. And then we'll finish with a little side body stretch. So, did I do the push-up position before this? I think I did. Yeah, totes. Because coming out of the push-up position, you come into your step-up. So on this one, instead of sliding feet away and back to center, we'll start with feet beyond hip width apart and let yourself settle into your push-up position, meaning you want to feel a little bit of a release and opening in the hip flexors. You just had your hip flexors creased for the last few minutes in seated. So one glory factor of a push-up position allows you to get those hip flexors long. You can even do a couple pelvic tucks to exaggerate that. And then I'm going to just tuck the knee across the body with the obliques as the point of focus. So dragging the elbow tips back as you drag your knee across. Oblique is the focus. Just dragging your elbow tips back a little bit magnifies the pressure, because it's easy to just flail about when you're doing knees to chest, and frankly, body weight exercise in general, using the least amount of tension. Ten more. I always like the opening the jar analogy, because it's the same. It doesn't look any certain kind of way, and you can kind of, when people fake it, oh, that's like a prank. You fake how hard it is to open the bottle, but you've shaken it and it's carbonated. You're like, oh, it's so hard to open. Hey, can you open this for me? And it's actually quite easy to open. And then it spews all over their face. No one's done that prank before. Just cruel, really. But the point is, you can fake it. You can add tension to something without actually moving it. And relax that, and I'm going to come straight through into a step up on the left leg. So I just step up and through. Boo. And I will say, did I step off of this every time? Who knows? These little day 30, what did I just say? Day 38. It's changing what I expect to see on dominant and not dominant sides. I legit don't know until a few reps in if I indeed lowered my foot off the step between reps. I did, I think. We'll find out when I watch this. But it's the communication, right? That's neuromuscular communication right there. That is your proprioception, your body's awareness of itself in space. Did I do this before? How does this side feel? Does it feel if you're is this right? That actually literally means that your neuromuscular relationship is different on that side than it is with the other side. Your one side is called to do certain tasks or play a different role in the same task relative to the other side. So then I'm going to ask myself, what is the role of my right foot playing in this step up? And I want it to play as little as possible. I am noticing I'm sort of leading into my step a little bit more. So I'm going to step straight up, 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 up. Good, release the hands. I'm going to come into some marching ones. Ooh, that was a big wobble factor. Let's go 3. Das ist gut. And I'm gonna double up, use dumbbell for my side body stretch. Yeah, I'll use the 15. And I'm gonna put the one leg up on the step for a little lateral lungy position, little stretch there. You can always do kind of this thing as well. So I'm just gonna keep this leg up here, slide the glutes forward, keep the weight in the standing leg hand, and just do some simple curls. Simple means simple, as little other movement as possible. You can, of course, bend the standing leg a little bit, squeeze your glutes a little bit, knock your mic a little bit. Just kidding. Bring your shoulder blades together behind you. I was just looking down to see if my wrists stayed firm and strong. My biceps are not strong, period. Swimming doesn't strengthen them. Biking doesn't strengthen them. Running doesn't straighten them. Boxing does sometimes. And most often, what I'm gripping, that'll pump my forearms. And maybe I cheat with my shoulders. The reason my biceps are weak is because my arms are at a keyboard. Like, just close your eyes for a minute and look at what that looks like. You never use your biceps. Like, you're more likely to stretch your tricep and use your tricep with your arms extended than actually doing concentrated biceps. They are meant to be a supporting actor for everything anyway, but I'm vain and I like having biceps, and they are really useful for improving grip strength, and they are really useful as a secondary actor. But you won't get, like, the only time I ever Popeye biceps is when I'm like legit like pumping them. Like, I have to actually work at it. I'm gonna do a little, this always reminds me of Stomp when they do the chair scene. I love that. I'm gonna watch that on YouTube. Check out Stomp chairs, and they like swing these chairs around. I doubt they're as heavy as this chair though. So I'm just going into my lateral stretch here. You can always pressurize the leg on the step just a little bit to get an extra stretch, and I'll go into my concentrated bicep curls. If I cared to look, I could see if my shoulders were square. I'm trying to just invite this right hip to just draw down so it doesn't get bunched up. Maybe bend the standing leg a little bit. And then this wrist was being funky the other day. So, aka, I knew it was the front of my shoulder that was impacting the wrist. So maybe I just imagine there's a little hand on my forearm just helping me guide this weight up. Yeah. This is my acuity side, my accurate side, my writing hand, if I ever wrote anything, which I rarely do. But point is, it's not meant to be the bicep hand. Like, this is my, like, stronghold hand. He brings the muscle. Good cop, bad cop. 2 more times. Jeez. Well, you know, got to start somewhere, and that's where we end today. Okay. See you tomorrow for another fun bit of MP Strong. Peace.